Penchala, who is the Vice President and one of the founding members of Etrio Automobiles Pvt Ltd. Leading strategy and product management, he is also engaged with a key role in transforming Etrio into an organization that offers customer-centric cargo electric vehicles. Mr. Rajesh exited his IoT and Smart Energy metering startup before joining Etrio. He has over a decade of professional experience, including his stint at TATA Lockheed Martin Aerostructures as program manager. Coming from a mechanical engineering background, he is an MBA in operations management. Mr. Rajesh will deliberate upon the need for an improved vehicle financing environment. So, delegates, let's welcome Mr. Rajesh.
Etrio has been one of the early entrants into the EV space. So we started off being the country's first certified electric light commercial vehicle provider with Tata Ace, retrofitted Tata Ace, and then we quickly we moved into brand new electric vehicles for cargo application, and this journey has been really phenomenal. And so according to us, one of the parameters or one of the major factors for India to turn itself into a global automotive industry, the major factors would be the robust vehicle financing environment. So that itself is kind of a factor that will help India to achieve this goal. And at present, a lot of public sector banks do not really finance these EV vehicles, and the gap is being filled by some of the new age startups which have EV mandates, to finance the electric vehicles, right? However, if there is a concerted effort from the government side to design these policies which makes it conducive for both public sector and private banks, and also some of the larger financial institutions which would support this EV financing, I think that would be one of the primary catalysts for EV mass adoption in India. So, and also the other factor is, along with the financial support, that is EV financing, the major aspect is FAME subsidies, which is currently the government is doing at certain stage, but again, we would like these extension of these FAME subsidies to an extent that any new startup which is willing to come out in the EV industry should not be really bearing the huge costs of the key components that is currently being seen in the market. So this could be one of the reasons why startups are not able to absorb these costs, and they have to push it on to the customers, which as a result of it, there could be a lesser adoption compared to the previous era where the prices were too low. And the other major aspect that we actually look at, which actually supports this mass adoption, is the GST aspect from the government side. So the current rates which are being charged on the batteries and other key components are higher than the overall GST structure on the vehicle when we sell it, right? So this difference between our purchase GST versus our selling GST is creating a huge roadblock, and that also blocks our capital in terms of working capital. So that is creating kind of a major hurdle for startups like us. So these three or four parameters majorly impact the mass adoption of electric vehicles, and vehicle financing being the top of the list. So and also adding to that, one of the major aspect that we see is the industry as a whole together should get their act together to work on various safety parameters for the electric vehicles which are getting introduced into the market. So this could be one of the factors which would also help alleviate the fears of the customers for mass adoption of electric vehicles.